number one thing here is becoming a boss, Dr. Pete. A boss is, and by the way, being a boss isn't a bad thing, but if you're only a boss, that's definitely not a good thing, and that's definitely not going to lead to success. When I think of boss, I think somebody who has implemented maybe the right systems and things like that into the office, but that's kind of it, is they've implemented the right procedures and things like that. Number two is just being likable. You're a likable person. Number three, being a good doctor. Number four, a transformational doctor. And number five, a legacy leader. And I know obviously we've talked about many of these things in the webinar, but we're going to break these down in a little bit of a different way today on this training video. And Pete has a couple of points he wants to touch on, which I'm really excited to hear about. So Dr. Pete, one of the things I know you were talking about, let's jump in and talk about this. You were talking about number one and number three. And so let's talk about that.
And this is what I see as being kind of like a major stumbling block for a lot of doctors is they feel like with their patients that they need to be the good doctor, but with their staff, they need to be the boss. And that disconnection actually creates a major breakdown in the success of your business and your organization. And the reality is that when I think of the word boss, the word that comes to my mind is fear. When I think of the word legacy, I see the word respect and honor. And here's the thing. If you're a boss, I would think that if your staff sees you as the boss, they're afraid of you. And you don't want them to be afraid of you. I know how many times I would go into my into meetings with my team, my quarterly reviews with my staff, and I would ask them some questions, and I knew that they were genuinely afraid of me. And I had to deal with that because that was my issue. It wasn't theirs. It was my issue, not theirs. And so I knew at that point, like, I was their boss. But if they were truly going to be on the mission and actually engaged full engagement in their responsibility and their job and doing it at the highest level, then they needed to have a level of respect and honor for me, but that came from me honoring and respecting them.